Happy 248th birthday, America. Day brought to you by God, Guts, and Guns. So if that offends you, I suggest turning off this show and moving to China or Canada. One of the greatest days of the year. The only holiday I really celebrate, folks. I want to ask you, though, what matters to you most? What is the one issue that you care about the most? I want you to think about that. What's the issue that you have the most conviction for? Is it taxes, limited government, gun rights, individual freedoms, and whatever? What is the issue that drives you to the ballot box the most? Now, consider this. Would you die for that issue? Would you put your life on the line and sacrifice everything to fight for that issue so others could exercise it even after you're long gone? Because that was the cost for the rights we enjoy today. Our founding fathers signed their names to the most important document ever, and rolled the dice against the world's most powerful military the world had ever seen. Because they believed so strongly in their convictions that they were willing to risk a noose around their neck to get it. That was the cost to try this successful experiment in freedom we call America. Do we hold the same convictions today? By and large, probably not. Now, people will voluntarily give up or hand over those rights out of convenience, ease, or even in fear. We saw it in COVID. And our founding fathers were really worried about this. Ben Franklin even said, quote, "Those who would give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety." That's the bulk of society today. The American experiment was the first time in the history of in the history of the world, that people fought a war that they were almost guaranteed to lose, by the way, in order to reduce government, to reduce their own power over their own neighbors. Think about that. How noble is that? Every other war that I can name, they always sought to rule over people with more power or conquer. Our founding fathers were the first people that ever reduced and reversed the growth of government, and they were willing to die for it. They were willing to die to get less power. And on the backs of that, we unleashed the free thought and innovation to dominate the world to an extent that no one could have possibly ever imagined. We have accomplished everything we have set our mind to, from electricity to a nuclear bomb, first in flight, the internet, email, cell phones, microwaves. Hell, we've invented freaking laser beams. We built that. And while the last 3 years may have been a temporary dip in our global standing because of this houseplant in chief, I am long on America, baby. We are back-to-back World War champs. We have kept Canada for over 3 decades from winning a Stanley Cup. We have more than double the Olympic gold medals than any other country behind us. We call our Super Bowl world champions because no one else even bothers to compete against us in it. There isn't a thing on this planet that Americans won't slap an engine on and race. And when that gets boring, we'll add a gun to the front of it and a grill on the back and jump it over the Grand Canyon with a flag flying behind us and an eagle chasing us. We will race things that the European mind can't even comprehend. And when you order a venti something, anywhere else in the world, it's 20. It's 20 ounces. And in America, we made it 22 ounces. Why? Because we have 11 aircraft carriers and we can. That's why. A foot has 12 inches, a yard has 36, a pound has 16 ounces, a gallon has 4 quarts, and a mile has 5,280 feet. Because we don't care what a kilometer or a kilogram or a meter or a liter is. And when we named that system, we called it standard measurements. And you know why no one challenged it? Because we spend more on defense than the next 25 countries combined. And behind that wall of military might, we live in the only place in the world where it is a right to say whatever you want under the First Amendment. And our founding fathers were so serious about it, in the Second Amendment, they enshrined the right to back it up with a gun. And we do. We own 50% of the world's firearms while representing less than 5% of the world's population. Why? Because America was forged in conflict, not compliance. We are bigger, faster, stronger, richer, and better than everyone else. And we know it. And I'm not even the least bit offended. If you're offended by it, I don't really care. But we have double the number of billionaires than China, with 6 times our population. We have it so good here that most of our restaurants offer you free bread while you wait for your actual dinner, while the other half of the country doesn't even have clean drinking water. We are the envy of this planet, folks. If you were born in America today, you won the lottery. Even those that don't like us, they know that if you're sick anywhere in the world, you can and you will come to America to get help for it, and we allow it. If you're threatened by evil, you come to America to get help, because even the Somali pirates learned this the hard way, that if you mess with Americans, me and my buddies will skydive into the ocean in the middle of the night and shoot you in the head from the back of a moving battleship. So on this 4th of July, I want you to really take time to appreciate the cost it took to accomplish all that was and is. How many died? How many gave their tomorrows? All of them. So we could have ours today. And as they wrote 248 years ago, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they're endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness. To secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their powers from the consent of the governed. Damn, I love this country. That's what being American is all about. And would you die for that so others could live that dream? I sure as hell would. So happy birthday, America. You're worth fighting for.